Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and today we are going to be discussing Michael's acquisition of Joann's finally. So I'm incredibly sorry. I already had all the content uploaded and filmed for the last couple videos. I didn't want to squeeze in an extra video to talk about breaking news, especially since I had remained quiet on the closure of Joann's more or less. So this is going to be a two-part video combination. Number one, today we're going to be kind of hitting the highlights of the Michael's acquisition of Joann's, some of the facts and information and some of the confusion I've seen kind of cropping up and some of the messages I have received about this, as well as in part two, we're going to kind of move into more of why I didn't comment on the closure of Joann's and kind of some more thoughts and feelings on the track that I feel like our big box yarn stores are going here in the US and kind of in North America as a whole. So anyway, I am also kind of glad I decided to wait and let this kind of marinate for a couple of days. The news dropped on Friday. I'm filming this on Monday because there are a couple new things that have come out that I was able to find that are part of the Michael's release about their acquisition. So I am glad that I held off on filming this, but I think there will be more to come. And as we get into the conjecture part of this in part two, aligning with the facts and information I'll be dropping in this video, I think we've got a lot to talk about. So I hope you guys jump in the comment section down below and have a polite discourse with each other. I know this is kind of a very frustrating situation for a lot of us. And for a lot of us, this is kind of a, we kind of feel a little same old about it in a weird sort of way. So we got some feelings about this. My glasses are filthy. I'm sorry. I wish I had brought my glasses cleaner up with me. But anyway, so yes, Michael's has in fact purchased Joann's, and this purchase does include all of the IP and the private label brand. So IP being intellectual property, anything that is a unique contribution, part of the branding or anything else with Joann's and Joann's brands. And they have purchased all of their private label brands, which for us knitters and crocheters, I am primarily a yarn crafter on here. That does include Big Twist yarn, which I know has been, for our community, a huge deal. Like, a lot of people are very frustrated and very confused as to what that means for Big Twist, because Hirschner's has just announced, a couple weeks ago that they would be carrying the Big Twist line. And a lot of people somehow changed the verbiage of we will be distributing it and selling it to we now own it. And I know like Marley Bird did a video saying, Hirschner's didn't say that they own it. They said that they'll be distributing it. But a lot of the videos I saw and a lot of the short form content that I saw, and even a lot of the print articles that I read that Hirschner's purchased it. And I was really confused as to where that confusion existed, especially once I saw the message that Hirschner sent out. And I will insert that here. It very clearly states that Hirschner's is a distributor, or will be a distributor for Big Twist yarn. As of now, I do believe it is on their website, as it is also on the Mary Maxim website. So if you're looking for a place to purchase it, Mary Maxim at least has the Big Twist value on there. I'm not sure the selection that Hirschner's currently has. So, but yes, Big Twist is one of the big private label acquisitions that was part of this purchase. So there's about 15, 20 different lines under the Big Twist brand. So everything from Big Twist Value to like the new roving style yarns and things like that they were releasing, the new cakes that they had for the holidays and stuff. All of that is now owned by Michael's, and the distribution of that may still continue through Hirschner's and Mary Maxim. I'm not sure. That information that I was able to find has not been released as of yet. So Michael's, in their statements, this is a goal to expand their fabric, sewing, and yarn offerings. So specifically, they were looking for those top three soft craft things that were part of what made the trifecta of Joann's, Michaels, and Hobby Lobby such a successful triad to have in a city. And in their words, we're going to reimagine the customer experience. And they did mention online and in stores. Michaels has said that the Big Twist line will be available in store and online by the end of this year. They are already bringing in part of their new 600 new products from new and existing lines, which include fabric quilting, specialty threads, sewing machines, adding brands from our lines from Brother, DMC Kits, Batting, Stabilizer, Clover, Fiskars, Coates and Clark, and Olieso. That's that fancy iron that has like the little pop-up thing that will pop your iron up off the ironing board if you leave it head down. Those of you who quilt when you're doing a whole bunch and you forget your iron for a few seconds, y'all will be familiar with that fancy iron. They're really nice, and they also make a really, really good steamer as well. So in one of the things that I saw where Michaels did actually make statements, this is what I found interesting. Interesting in context of this particular acquisition. Michaels is adding those 600 new lines, but according to them, on their own website, searches for fabric are up 77% and searches for sewing are up 39% on their website. So I find this to be interesting, and we'll kind of talk more about this on the Carrie's Thoughts and Feelings video, which will be far more rambling and far more low-key. We are definitely going for a much more low-key thing here, although this part has been researched. There's not a whole lot out. Unlike with previous acquisitions, the information about how much Michaels has paid for Joann's and their IP and all that has not yet been released. So when they purchased AC Moore and Hancock Fabrics in the 20-teens, that was readily available. That was out almost immediately as soon as the acquisition was announced. But so far, the price that they paid for Joann's has not been released that I have seen. And this is the June 9th now, Monday the 9th. So here we are. They're expanding 25% in yarn, including 60 new offerings from Loops and Thread, expanding Red Heart, Bernat, Lion Brand, Amigurumi kits, Big Twist, in many styles, in store and online. So according to what they're putting out with this acquisition, with this purchase, they're really going to actually take advantage of the product lines that they're purchasing as part of this. So this is slightly different than the previous two acquisitions. Hancock, at the time they purchased them in 2016, I believe. Yeah. They paid $1.3 million, but really primarily what they were looking for in that, they did purchase the IP and everything, but they were really looking for the customer base. And I think they were looking at that time to really expand their online customer presence and experience, and bringing customers in through their online portal and making purchases through their online expansion. In 2019, when they purchased AC Moore, they paid $58 million. Now, this included all of the IP, just like we see with the Joann's acquisition, but it also included distribution, and they took over 40 leases of Joann's stores so they could move into physical markets. At the time of the closure of AC Moore, they had 140 locations. So they only took over 1/3 of the locations of AC Moore. But they were looking to expand into physical markets. But they did also, since AC Moore was closing, they purchased it out of bankruptcy or closure. They took over distribution as well as these physical locations and physical merchandise. I am still kind of sad that the Nicole's brand went by the wayside. I really think that was a missed opportunity. The Love by Nicole paper crafting line was one of the best store brand paper crafting lines you could find and was very economical. But we can talk more about that later on. But the AC Moore acquisition was, to me, that was kind of more devastating than them purchasing Joann's, which once again, part 2 will kind of hit more of that information. But overall, they're talking a good talk for what they say they're wanting to do. They say they're wanting to expand. If they're actually going to bring in some of these lines in store, really so far in the stores that I have seen in Greenville, Columbia, Irmo, Charlotte, in this region here, in this lower southeast region, I'm not seeing a lot of the sewing stuff being brought in store. There's some stores have like some fat quarters, maybe some charm packs, some jelly rolls. We see a little bit of like thread and things like that in the store, but we're just not really seeing a ton of this turnover into having fabric as part of their in-store offerings. Michael's here has really predominantly always been art supplies or easy access crafting. So something like Cricut. I don't want to diminish Cricut crafting is not having talent, because there is talent involved in that. But a lot of people can also very quickly get used to using something like a Cricut or a silhouette machine and very quickly turn out, at least halfway decent projects. Whereas with knitting and crochet, it takes a lot of time to skill build. Whereas it's more learning the software and how to appropriately use that in tandem with equipment and supply knowledge. Having done extensively done both heavily. Not that you can't, once again, take Cricut crafting into a whole different world, but to get started on decals and labels and iron on vinyl and stuff like that, even the sublimation stuff through Cricut brands, a lot of that is more easily to translate and quick to translate into crafting. So we saw a lot of that, and also floral. Floral has been a huge part of Michael's, at least since the late 90s. Yarn used to be a fairly huge portion of their offerings. I know in like 2000, 2001, they had their huge contract with Lion Brand, with Karen. There was another brand that was really big. I mean, they carried Windtuck and Simply Soft and Symphony and all those great Karen yarns from the late 90s, early 2000s era. So yeah, we've seen, I don't know why I can't ever get these late afternoon filming lighting from the side right. I guess I need to purchase a curtain and just block out my window here. But anyway, their huge thing at that time really was, even though they had this huge floral department, they had a massive floral department, a massive paints, watercolor, papers, brushes, everything from artists to low-grade professional quality art supplies in their stores. That's really been their focus, with soft focus on things like yarn. But even like their kids' crafting departments have always been so much larger. Since about 2017, we've kind of seen a shift back towards yarn. Online, their yarn offerings have been much larger, much better than what I've seen in store. And some of my stores are fairly large stores. We're not talking about like the micro stores or anything. Some of these have taken over like old Walmart, not 24-hour super Walmarts, but Walmart size stores. So yeah, I'm a little, they're saying everything right to say that they're going to bring all this fabric in, but this is now the third fabric store that they've purchased. Second, really, but even AC Moore had a fairly sizable fabric selection at one point, and now they're saying that they're going to be offering all of this. And I'm wondering how much of that's going to translate to the in-store experience, because I know a lot of my sewing and quilting friends don't purchase online like a lot of my knitting and crochet friends do. A lot of them are willing to take a risk on a new yarn online just, for a project. Whereas my sewing friends, when they stash, they want to touch. They stash by impulse from seeing and feeling and touching. And when you go in to purchase a machine, with Joann's, you had these large sewing centers where you could actually test out multiple machines. And the rep that worked there, had at least one or two a singer or a brother on display that you could test with her. But like their primary thing were the Viking Husqvarna machines and stuff. And also, I haven't seen where a contract has been signed with Viking Husqvarna to distribute machines in any larger crafting retail market. So I don't know what this is really going to mean at the end of the day. The video on either Thursday or Saturday, it just depends on how this week plays out on the uploads. I'm going to be honest. I'm concerned as to what this is going to mean for us soft crafters, sewers, knitters, crocheters. I'm not going to lie. I wish I could. I really wish I could make you guys feel so much better about this, but I can't. I can't make you feel better on this. I am concerned, and I'm concerned for a number of reasons, but I did want to confirm everything that I was able to find. They are saying that they're bringing these things in store and online. So I am concerned heavily with the fact that they're mentioning their online market, because I don't think it's very good. Their online website has turned to rubbish, and it's very frustrating. It's now a marketplace. It's no longer Michaels.com, really. It's kind of Michaels and whoever they rent space to. And it's very hard to find what is Michaels products. A number of times I've gone on trying to find like new releases so I could do reviews for new yarns for you guys. And on their website, I can't actually find what's new to them, because their vendor market is integrated into their items for sale as well. So trying to find like what is Michaels and what is another seller is very difficult. It's worse than trying to find Amazon only, because at least I can tap that Amazon Prime button and at least I know those are Amazon products, whereas I can't do that on Michaels. So anyway, come back for the other part of this where we'll talk about why I didn't talk about the closure of Joann's and kind of how I feel about this. But coming out of this video, I do want you to know it is true. There do seem to be different contracts for distribution and for purchase. So we don't know what that's going to mean for which going forward. And this is now the third company Michaels has bought in 10 years. So anyway, I love you guys. I hope you're having a wonderful, fantastic day. Do come prepared with, a cup of tea or a cup of coffee for the Carrie conjecture portion of this now series. I love you guys. Please take care of yourselves. Bye, guys.